guys, welcome back again to my channel today. So this recipe is very easy and delicious, and the health benefit is 100%. I posted this on Instagram and I promised to share this recipe with you guys on YouTube. So let's get started into the video. This is fresh tomato. I cut it to this shape, and of course the onion bulb, which is very important, the fresh scotch bonnet pepper, the carrot, and this is fusilli. This is the type of pasta we're using for this recipe. You can use any type of pasta of your choice, but this particular pasta is my choice. And of course the cabbage is very important. I'm using 500 grams of fusilli, and this type of pasta, like I said, is really delicious when you try it out. But then if you have any type, you can use it, but if you really can get this fusilli, try it, guys. This is just the best. I first of all parboiled it in hot water for 8 minutes. It's just like cooking this pasta for 8 minutes, and it's not going to be done or soft. It's just halfway, just like you're parboiling it, like I said earlier. So after about 8 minutes, you can see it's really boiling over, and it's not that soft, but it's just a little better than before. It's not hard, it's not soft, it's just in between. As you can see, this is half cooked. It was just for 8 minutes, and it's not yet that soft, for consumption. So this is the stage where I have to wash the pasta with clean water, because it's very important, of course, to use clean water. I washed it with clean water and made sure everything was thoroughly clean, even though it's not looking dirty before, but then you have to wash it. After this stage, then we can get started into the main video, which is making this sauce, this delicious sauce. I added my oil to the pan. You can use vegetable oil, and then I added the onion. As you can see, it's darling, and I mixed thoroughly before adding my beef. You can use any type of meat for this recipe, but if you are using beef like me, trust me, this is going to be really delicious more than anything. So if you are using beef, this stage is when you add the beef to the pan. You add all the beef, and of course if you are using chicken, also do the same thing, or any type of protein you are using, it's fine. So after adding the beef, I mixed thoroughly. This delicious aroma you have in the house when you are frying meat and onion together is just so different, even though I haven't even really spiced up the meat. So this is the stage where I add salt to the pan. Of course, sprinkle some salt to the pan, and after that, if you are using beef, you can add the beef seasoning powder, but if you're using chicken, you can add the chicken seasoning powder. But of course I'm using beef, as you can see, so I added just the beef seasoning powder and some cubes. Actually, you can add Maggi cubes or any type of seasoning powder you have for your meat. Is very important. Like I said, this meat needs to be seasoned properly. So after that, you can add any extra seasoning cube of your choice, and also mix thoroughly. As you can see, the color is changing from red to brown. The beef is beginning to heat up, and I added garlic powder and ginger powder, and I also added curry powder. Now note that garlic and ginger powder is optional, but very, very important if you can. If you don't like garlic and ginger, you can skip this particular part, but if you love it, go ahead to add the garlic and ginger powder, or the fresh one if you want to. And then I added the curry powder, which is very important to add curry powder. This curry powder adds extra flavor to this sauce, and it makes it really delicious and tasty. And trust me, guys, if you really don't like adding curry powder, I don't think this recipe is for you. And at this stage, I also added thyme. This dried thyme also add extra delicious flavor, and it really makes everything balanced. So I added the dried thyme, and I also turned or stirred gently. You can add this based on the quantity of the sauce you are making. If you are making a large quantity, you can add more. I'm adding just little because I'm making little quantity. So I added the tomato to this pot at this stage. As you can see, I added it into the mixture, and I stirred and mixed thoroughly and carefully. Also, this tomato, I cut it this way because I really wanted it to be like this in my sauce. But if you want yours a little bit tinier, you can go ahead to shred it and make it a little bit more tiny. But this is just okay for me. I just want to be seeing it pop in my sauce. I don't want to be looking for the tomato, So I just added the tomato and mixed thoroughly, and after that I added the fresh pepper. This is just one scotch bonnet pepper, because this pepper is so harsh or hot. It's just like chili pepper, but this scotch bonnet pepper is more hot. So I covered it and allowed it to cook for as long as 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, if you look at this pot, you can see everything is dried up, and It's on medium heat actually, so it's not burning. You should also make sure nothing burn. The tomato has some water or juice in it, and it also keep mixing in the pan, and it's just like this. As you can see, it didn't get burned because this tomato has some water or liquid inside, and it has been here for 10 minutes. After that, I added the carrot at this stage. As you can see, the beef is now also becoming more tender and better. I added the carrot and also kept mixing. After that, I added this vegetable. This is the bell peppers I cut earlier, the red, yellow and green bell pepper. As you know, bell peppers are not spicy or hot, so I added it into the pan. It adds extra different flavor to this. At this stage, I added the cabbage. After adding the bell peppers, I added the cabbage. This is just a little quantity of cabbage I added, and if you also do not like cabbage, you can swap cabbage for other vegetables, but this cabbage also add a lot of nutrients. Like I told you, the health benefits of this sauce is really great, and apart from that, it's okay and good for everyone, anybody at all. And if you do not like pepper and the spice, you can skip the part where I added the scotch bonnet pepper, because the scotch bonnet pepper is quite harsh, but then I love spicy food. That is the reason I added scotch bonnet pepper. So after this, I stirred and mixed thoroughly. And this stage, I continued with the pasta. This fusilli, I added water to the pan and salt. After that, I added the fusilli into the pan, and you can see the pasta is already cooking on the other side of the gas. I just wanted it to cook further to it become soft while the sauce is still on this other part, and everything is in order. I added extra seasoning. This is just what I love doing most times, and this is the stage where I get to add water to mix thoroughly. Then everything can blend, and all the nutrients in some part of it can come out and blend with every other part of the pan. At this stage, you can add 1 cup of water and mix thoroughly. And this sauce, the good thing about it is you don't even need thickener or whatever to make it thick. It's already thick on its own because of the particular vegetables we use or the ingredients and every other thing. So I just added 1 cup of water to the sauce, and I mixed thoroughly, and then allowed it to cook for just a few minutes while my pasta is ready. After a few minutes, as you can see, this fusilli boiling on its own on medium heat for just a few minutes. It's ready and soft. So I just dished it out, added the sauce, of course, to the fusilli, and this is just how I love eating it. You can serve it with any other cold, chilled drink of your choice. You can add turkey, chicken, fried plantain, or every other protein of your choice, but trust me, this beef is enough for this recipe, and these vegetables and everything is complete. This diet is something really good, and trust me, if you can make this for your children, your family members, or yourself, you will really enjoy it. Everything is so important, and every ingredient I listed on the description is really necessary. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I love you so much, and you know it. Bye.
Subscribe.